It's officially spring, and not only does that mean enjoying our wonderful weather, but it also means spring cleaning. So with the help of Amanda Thomas with Moxie Girl, we are tackling the fridge and the pantry. You know, there are people that just think spring cleaning, that's when they have to get in and clean. And there's people that just don't. I just don't.
Well, it's the time of year that we usually feel inspired because, you know, you can open up the windows and it feels good in the house.
Right.
And you just want to make everything feel good in the house.
And so that's what we're doing. I could tell you, if you went to my fridge right now, there's a lot of things that are in the very, very back that, yeah, expiration has long expired. Yeah. You actually have a couple of pictures of some dirty fridges.
I do.
So let's.
Yes.
I love taking a look at before and after. So let's take a look. Ooh, yuck.
Yeah, that's a great example of a vegetable drawer. If you don't keep up on that, that's what can accumulate in the bottom. So just remember, if you're cleaning your fridge, to take that out and make sure to wipe that out with soapy water.
Was this someone's real fridge?
Yeah. Yep, it was a fridge full of good intentions.
Yes.
That had gone bad.
Oh, wow. Gosh, I'm not that bad. That makes me feel so much better. Yeah, so it doesn't look like they're using their crisper at all. They're just throwing it in the bottom shelf.
They had a little bit of both.
Okay.
So, yeah, yep. But, you know, fruits and vegetables, and this is a great picture of underneath that drawer. A lot of us think about getting the drawer itself, but a lot of those liquids, if you spill anything in the fridge, it's going to accumulate underneath there. So just remember to take that drawer out and clean underneath, because that's always a surprise area there.
Yeah, and it might not smell because it's staying cold.
Yeah, yep. Usually it solidifies.
It still doesn't look very good.
No.
Okay, so help us clean our fridge. What are some good pointers that we need?
Well, just make sure that when you clean your fridge, you're taking things out shelf by shelf.
Okay.
You can set them out on the counter, take that one shelf out, wash it in the with dish soap. We always recommend Dawn. Scrub those down, put that shelf back in. That way you don't have your entire fridge sitting on the counter and getting cold.
Right, and especially if something comes up, you know, you don't have that much time, you don't have to figure out shoving everything back in the fridge.
Yep.
That's how
and
my
I always
world works.
Start from the top. That way you can just knock things down to the bottom, and you don't, I mean, if you start with your bottom one, then you're going to knock something down and you have to clean the bottom one again.
And you say obviously organizing. That's a great way to start, and then the other thing is keeping it that way.
Yeah, yep. So we recommend for leftovers, or anytime you open a can of tomato paste and you don't use it all, put it in a container and put the date on it. You can use your label maker, or what I like to use are these the clear mailing labels, or you can get the return address ones. And those are, they're plastic if they're clear, and so they'll just come off really easy. And that way you have the date of when you opened it. Okay. So you don't have no questions if you should throw it out.
Perfect.
Yeah. So then if we're moving on to
keeping this
pantry.
stuff? Yeah, this is the pantry.
Yeah.
Let's quick look at some of the pantry pictures, because those are always fun to see how other people live. Well, that looks good.
Yeah. So these are all after pictures of cabinets. Having everything organized. You're going to see some of these products as we go down the line too. You're going to see everything is labeled. Everything has its place. So it just makes it real easy to find things.
Stuff like this sort of gets you excited. Let's head down here, because if you know you're going to have to clean up your pantry, going to those container stores and buying all this fun stuff.
Yeah.
This is really neat. I like the different sizes.
Yeah. Yep. And these are available at different places. These are Snapware brand from Bed Bath & Beyond. These are IKEA's brand. And so first thing, before you go and buy these, make sure you know what you're going to buy them for. So find out what you have in your pantry already when you're cleaning it out, and then get one for flour, get one for sugar. Make sure you get the right size, because otherwise you'll just end up with a whole bunch of containers that don't work with what you have.
Right.
These ones are great. They have little flip-top lids. The best thing about these is that you know when you're running low. So if you have a bag of salt sitting in your pantry, you have no idea how full it is unless you lift it up. This, you can see exactly how much salt you have if you need to buy it at the grocery store that day.
So the clear ones. And then these too, because then you could put things above it and below it.
Yep. So after you get it all cleaned out, we recommend putting shelf liner on, not necessarily contact paper, because then you're just stuck with sticky contact paper on your shelf. But put contact paper on to protect your shelves, then use these little tiered shelves to create different dimensions, really maximize that space that you have.
And to give you room. Okay, and look at the when things expire. How long do fresh herbs seem to last? Because they don't have expirations on them.
Yeah, it's usually about a year, but if you rub them in your hand and they still have a smell, if they have a good color and a good smell, they're usually good.
Okay.
They're not going to go bad per se, but they just won't have as much flavor.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Moxie Girl, thank you very much, Amanda, and we are going to have all of the information on our website. You can give her a call at 602-633-GIRL. And they'll do anything. They'll make you dinner. They'll clean your house. They'll pick up doggy doo.
Yeah, you
everything.
name it.
They do.